to show a couple new parts that Mike sent me for the tank. This week he sent me a new front end to try out, and this is a totally machined aluminum front end. No more 3D printed parts there. The headlights still 3D printed, but all of the parts that mount onto the frame not printed, and much more connection points. I think before there were just 2 sheet metal screws. Now there's 3 M3s on each side. There's also a new front bumper on there that we're going to see. And he sent me some new, I guess I would call them brackets for the floor pan, and that allows me to put a solid pan from the front to the back of the tank, and that's really nice and flush on the bottom of the nose and everything. So let's take a look at everything that he sent. So here's the nose piece. You can see it's got a lot of mounting points for stuff. Lots of extra holes. The springs for the suspension that you see behind it, those all integrate up in here. And then the frame comes pre-drilled, so all of these screws at the front here, all pre-drilled. That kind of mounts up something like this, and looks really, really sharp. It's got an angle bracket that comes on and mounts there. The headlights mount up on top of that. And then the suspension and springs all ride and mount up underneath there nice and tight. Okay, so real quick, the next thing we're going to check out is these brackets that he sent. If you look at the side of the tank here, you can see all of these angle brackets, and then there's a lot of 3D printed parts for the battery holders. And it's just a lot of bulk in there, and it's a little bit of weight, right? The brackets are steel. These are like M5 bolts that I'm using, and nuts. So he's really gone the extra distance to design something that's nice and tight and cleans this all up. So on the outside of the tank here, a quick pan shot. You can see some Phillips head screws, and those are going to go through to the other side, and they're going to come out flush with the back side of the bracket. And those brackets run down the entire length of the inside of the tank here. And then I've decided to take out the plate that I have was a little bit thicker than I would have liked it to be. I think it was like 3/16 of an inch. It's pretty heavy, and so to shave down some weight and to give me something a little bit more temporary, I'm now using this piece of corrugated plastic core with aluminum on the outside, just some scrap that I had lying around. Very easy to machine and work with, but very tough and pretty light too. So that'll hold me over until I get the 1/16 inch piece of aluminum that I want to put at the bottom. This piece of, I guess it's really just sign making plastic, is 1/8, so it's a little bit thicker than I want it to be, but it's going to make a really good prototyping test bed. I can drill it and not feel too bad about it. So real quick, I have that all together with the headlights as well. There is the 3D printed headlights. I, on the last iteration, had my RF camera here, so I'm probably I might move that. I've got quite a bit more space inside of here now where the batteries were. I've made some new 3D printed mounts for the batteries. See if I can get that out and hold the camera. And A little bit more room for wiring. Could potentially put the video transmitter stuff over here. Keep the video RF mounted to the frame. Not real sure yet, but either way, cleans it up a lot. I feel like the batteries are a lot safer without all of those large bolts and brackets all over the place in here. So next steps, sort of finish up this once and for all. And I have been starting on some stuff for the next video, which is going to be all about localization and mapping. So we're going to use a LiDAR and a 3D depth camera to do some mapping with ROS, the robot operating system. All right, thanks for checking out the video, guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do that. And if you like what you're seeing, leave us some comments. Let us know you're watching and you like what we're doing. Thanks a lot. Peace.